Yo, what's going on, guys? Let's see here. Are you going to Blue Water Championship Wrestling's Fatal Error? If you're not, you should be. Who made their NXT debut? And what did I get in the mail? Find out when we return.
Doesn't really matter the preference you're into, cause we love it all. Just bring your passion with you. When you roll with us, it is our go-to. Bring you all the wrestling like no one else can. Program, don't you touch that dial, will make you reroute your plans. Turning up the volume, bringing prospects the chance. Breakout stars to legends, any woman, oh man, any given band, yeah. This is all them. You can listen to them live or on the replay. Touching all the current topics, push the relay. Bringing workers in the chat before the D-Day. We gonna give it to you. We gonna rustle feathers. Whether on opposing sides or we stand together. But we don't swerve from the trouble, yeah, we ride the wave. Through a wrestling rage. 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 And now, Wrestling Rage.
Bada boom, bada bing. Look at that.
That's because that was the last picture, so.
Yeah, throwing it up. All right. So, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Rage.
Rage.
Yeah, this week, we're joined by Blue Water Championship Wrestling ring announcer, Michael Weir. That's weird for me to say that. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. He's also the owner of 2 karate schools, one in Port Huron and the other one in St.Cair, Michigan. Mr. Weir has been to 2 WrestleManias and is the father of indie talent Weaponized Alex Weir, who's also been on the show a few times, and we've done a few interviews with him, and he's also super kicked me.
I would say he kicked you in the face,
yes,
didn't he?
Yeah.
That
well,
was awesome.
Well, he's actually really kicked me in the face, too.
Oh, sweet.
I've known Mr. Weir for almost a decade, and we can hold it down when it comes to the wrestling conversations. So thank you for coming on the show.
I am so excited. Hey, I do want to take just a second, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I want to wish a very happy birthday to the love of my life, my wife. It is her birthday today, and I want to embarrass her. So it is a very happy birthday to her. And also, I want to challenge everyone out there tonight. In honor of the SmackDown 1000th birthday and the beginning of it, for every $5 donation we get tonight, Mr. Cody and I here will give you a dance break.
Ooh. Oh, boy, a dance break.
You got that right, so you better get some music ready.
Very good. All right, so make sure... We have a great show lined up for you tonight with some great discussion topics. Please save your questions for the end of the show. That's where we answer all your questions in a segment we call legit wrestling questions, because if they're not wrestling questions, then they're not legit, right? If you're watching on the replay, please comment, because right now you can comment in the chat, but if you're watching the replay, please comment #replay, and I will respond to you. So please do that. As Mr. Weir talked about, we have a donation link. It posted already in the chat, but if you scroll down into the description of the video, the link is also down there.
Oh, it's blocked by the other video.
Yeah, there's a goal. Goal's there. This is the people that donate. There we go. Yeah, that's so weird doing that.
Donate.
Yeah. So if you do that, this thing comes up like right here, and there's a cool song, and I do a little jig, and then we also can celebrate the $5 donation.
And we'll do a dance break.
Yeah, we'll do a dance break. We all, I use that money to buy stuff for the show because I need new lighting, obviously. But it is what it is, and I'll get there. I also need a new one of these, but I'll get there slowly, slowly. He's a suck up. Who's a suck up?
Hey, but you will have something very exciting
coming up.
Thanks to PKSA Karate.
Oh, that's right. I got
because we just donated something, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Well, we could talk about the money, but we just can't
talk about the money. But
right, yeah, because I got to put that in.
Yeah, we donated. PKSA Karate donated to Wrestling Rage to get something very exciting, and I can't wait to see it. So,
do you want me to put it in as PKSA?
Yes, please.
Okay, PKSA.
It's a tax write-off, then, you know.
Oh, I see how it is.
Everything's about a tax write-off.
Right. And where do I put the amount in? I don't know. No, that's not it. Here, add donation.
Got it?
Yeah, there we go. All right, so PKSA-Port Huron and St. Clair.
Wow, you don't know how to spell Port Huron.
Well, it's because I'm from Marysville.
Okay.
Huron.
There you go.
Donation message. Get it. What's your message?
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
There you go.
Make it happen. And I can't spell
it. I have a
anything.
long night tonight, just so you're aware of it.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That's enough of that now. All right. Now where am I at?
Go back to the live thing.
There we go.
Hey, there we are.
Good.
And we're back.
So did you see that? Awesome. He knows this stuff. That's true. All right. So what was I saying?
You're at there's now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So really cool stuff going on, guys. All right. So I am not, or this channel is not quite at the stages that it could be at yet. But when you don't have a certain amount of subscribers or watch hours, you can't monetize your channel, which would allow me to make a little bit of money from this channel. So there's other ways to do that, which are called affiliates. I am now, or Wrestling Rage is now an affiliate of the WWE shop. So down in the description, you can go down there. Yep, down there. You can click on that link and it'll take you to the WWEshop.com. And when you do that, the show will get a small, very small commission based upon the purchases that you make.
Because if you think WWE is going to give a big commission, you're crazy.
That's true. So there's also a link to High Spots down there, and you can buy stuff on there. We also get a small commission from that. We no longer have the Fight TV link because Fight TV ended their affiliate program because obviously they're too good for affiliates now. But it is what it is. And, of course, as always, you can go to the ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingRage and get yourself a Wrestling Rage t-shirt.
This is an OG, though.
That's the OG. Them are the first cut right there. Those were the very first ones.
This was for me winning the competition for the most subscribers.
There you go. Most.
That's right.
Yes. Oops, bad spelling.
Where are we at?
We're over here.
Okay.
All right. So, as you can see, we have a donation goal of $5. Oh, yeah, we already kind of made it.
Over here?
Yeah.
No, that don't count.
Right, all right.
We need more donations for dance breaks.
More money. So we already talked about all that good stuff. So thank you to everyone, as you can see up there, that donates. And there's a longer list than that. But, $5, 50 cents, whatever. Actually, just so you know, somebody tried to only donate 25 cents.
We're not going to talk about him.
All right, but he thought that it was going to be funny, and he was going to get the thing here, and everybody was going to dance.
Hey, there we
go. So there's $1. Thank you. Is our dog confused right now? So
Rebecca Paul,
$5.
Very nice, thank you, Miss
$5 make you holla. So where was I at now?
You were at donating.
Oh yeah, so I lost it. I don't know where I'm even at now. I did a dance party.
I told you it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. So, but definitely good stuff. So make sure you do that. But there's a longer list than that. Good stuff. All right. High spots. Click that link. Go there. Good time. All right.
Yeah. So
now we're going to go into Collector's Corner because it was mail day the other day. I got a package in the mail. I'll tell you the story about it after the video. This is part of a video that I'm going to put up on the YouTube channel. But you guys get the first look at the uncut version of part of it that I made. So let me make sure I get this thing done right. We're going to go into Collector's Corner after this. So here we go. We're going to open this up. Mail day. What did we get? All right. So I flipped it over because I didn't want you to see my address, but oh, not bad. So we got Axe, right? You can see. $1 Million Man, Hasbro, Ted DiBiase. Look at that. Jake the Snake. Ravishing Rick Rude with the arm. I think that's all the Hasbros, yeah. And then kind of a beat up Greg the Hammer Valentine. But it ain't about not being beat up. This can clean up though. There's some stuff there. And another Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So that's mail day. And so there you go. It was mail day in the old Fleming household, and picked up a couple Hasbros.
Wow.
And 2 LJNs. Greg the Hammer Valentine and another Steamboat. And they need to be cleaned up a bit, but yeah, definitely good stuff. And then I also got, let's see, Ravishing Rick Rude Hasbro. I think it was either Axe or Smash. Let's see, Jake the Snake. And there was another one I can't remember. Oh, $1 Million Man. They're all up there.
And does this not look awesome?
Yeah.
By the way, this is so cool.
Yeah. So that stage we showed online, or we showed on here, but this is custom just for Wrestling Rage. A friend of ours out of the United Kingdom, Carl Steele. If you don't know Carl, he has a Facebook page, Carl Steele, or KS Elite Stages, where you can go on his eBay and you can order these right here and have them sent to your house there. I recommend that you do this because he uses eBay to do the shipping, which ends up being cheaper from the UK to the United States through eBay rather than doing it through a drop ship or DHL or whoever they do it through over there. But anyways, that's a custom stage for Wrestling Range. It's actually the W.C.W. stage. And he did it. He actually cut me a great deal. I only had to pay shipping. But I kind of modified a little bit for my use, and then I added the LEDs along the bottom there, and that's where I am displaying my Hasbros that I have so far. So far being the operative word. Definitely a good time.
Looks great.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah. And,
thanks, Craig, for all the cleanup ideas. By the way.
Yeah. Craig sent me some stuff because I got those. I showed them off last week. I got the 2 rings. I got the Hasbro ring and I got the LJN ring, and they need to be restored. And he sent me all this information on everything I need to know, where I can get the ropes, where I can get the all the stuff, the stickers, everything I need, and little like mixtures of stuff to mix to clean this and clean that. So Craig,
that's good. He knows his stuff. That's for sure.
That's definitely still true. All right, so here we go. Before we go into indies, I'm going to ask Mr. Weir a few questions, okay? Because we talked about it. He owns 2 schools. He's a veteran. How many tours did you do? You were in Iraq, right?
No, went to Egypt was my first deployment, and then I went to Saudi Arabia for my second deployment, and then I did a couple of other tours in different locations.
All right. So you before we get into it, you mentioned I mentioned on Facebook that you went to 2 WrestleManias. Somebody asked, 2. So which ones did you go to?
WrestleMania 3 and WrestleMania 23.
So those were both in Detroit, right? Well,
correct.
Pontiac and Detroit.
Pontiac and Detroit.
So you were there when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant.
Yes.
And
I was really close.
How close were you?
No, I wasn't. I was like if you see those videos of the people way, 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 way up in the Silverdome, that's where I sat.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what was it? So you seen it though.
Yes.
Did you have your binoculars on?
No.
Okay, but you seen it. What was it like? How old were you, by the way?
13.
13 years old. So at 13 years old, you're at WrestleMania. You watched probably what at that time was one of the greatest matches, and Hulk Hogan, who somebody we never thought could pick up Andre the Giant, does. And didn't he break his back or something? Or tore something?
He did get a little injury from it, but yeah, we didn't know a lot about it. But it was the whole day in, comparing the two, honestly, going to WrestleMania 3 was a totally different experience because it was at the Silverdome.
Right.
You had to park way far away, and there were so many people. And to sit there and honestly, if you look back at that card, I mean, there was some great matches.
Yeah, that was Steamboat,
Steamboat
Macho
Man with the most close pinfalls.
Yeah.
You had George the Animal Steel. Who doesn't love George the Animal
Right.
Steel?
Oh, yeah. Well, and Craig, by the way, runs a Facebook page dedicated to George the Animal Steel.
Well, that's awesome. And, the whole card in general, but just from the minute the first bell rang to the end, it was never quiet.
Right.
It was so loud.
And that's for a place the size of Pontiac Silverdome. That's kind of hard to do.
It was a big chance they took on that.
Oh yeah. Well, that was 3, right? WrestleMania 3. Yeah.
So it was awesome. But I'll tell you what, when Hogan lifted him up and threw him down, and I know everybody's probably seen the videos and stuff like that of Hogan talking about what that was like. When Andre the Giant decided that he was going to let him win, I mean, it was incredible to watch him slam that. And then, the whole thing with the, what do you call them thing? The scissor lifts?
Yes.
Him and Bobby the Brain going back and just all the crud getting tossed at them, and that was the great time. I do believe that. And I know that there's certain promoters around this area that believe that too, that I believed when I was a kid that there were 2 houses, and the good guys lived in the good house, and the bad guys lived in the bad house, and they never talked to each other except when they got on TV.
Oh, man.
And so, this whole thing with, Hogan versus Andre, it was awesome. And to watch that slam, and then the pinfall, and the craziness that ensued after that was awesome. But I do have to admit, to be able to say that I saw the future president of the United States hold Vince McMahon down and shave his head is worth the price of admission.
There you go. So, 23, were you in nosebleed too?
Yeah, we were pretty far up there.
I mean, in my view, it doesn't really matter where you sit, just the fact that you say that you were there.
Yeah.
And a place like Ford Field, right?
Yes.
And a place like Ford Field really isn't a bad seat in the house.
No.
And I don't know, have you been to LCA?
No. Yes,
Yeah,
I have.
All right, so...
Sorry, yes, I have,
right.
Alex, because I noticed you were on the chat. Yes, we have been to LCA. We actually sat on the floor for a SmackDown live show.
There you go. I was there for Raw. That's the only time I've been to the LCA was for that, but... it's a smaller place, but there's not really a bad seat in the house unless you're sitting floor 50 million feet away from the ring. So, in my opinion, I don't really think there's a bad seat in the house, but if you were there, you were there. I've never been to a WrestleMania, so
Well,
ever.
and the whole thing with, you know, I had the opportunity to go with my kids, which
is awesome.
You know, me and my kids have gone to Raw shows, we've gone to SmackDown shows, we've gone to house shows. You know, it's the funniest story. And, you know, hey, Quentin, if you're watching, here we go. My favorite wrestler is Triple H. Okay? I have never seen Triple H wrestle. Never.
Live or?
Live.
No.
Until I went to the Pirani Sports Arena in Flint, Michigan for a house show.
Hey.
And I watched him wrestle.
Who?
Oh, my gosh. Who was... Come on, Alex and Taylor, help me out. It was Triple H, John Cena, and there was a couple other wrestlers. But it was the first time I ever got to see Triple H live. When we went to the SmackDown or the Raw show, that was when he was injured, when Stephanie ran over his bulldog.
Oh, okay, all right.
And we got to see Stephanie's butt. Because
Quentin says no.
yeah, because Quentin doesn't like Triple H. He likes Roman Reigns.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
Whole other story. But so I got to see Triple H come out during the Raw show, but I'd never seen him wrestle. And to see him at, you know, Flint, it was like, it's crazy. But WrestleMania 23 at Ford Field was so incredible because you had so many great matches again. You had the future president of the United States. You had Undertaker versus Batista. You had literally what we saw Edge. We thought we saw Edge die
right
in the ladder match.
It was not long after that when he had to be done, right?
Right, but you know that whole thing with Jeff Hardy jumping off.
Yeah,
you know, you had John Cena driving the Mustang through the glass. You know,
wow.
It was so awesome. It was such a great time, and we were there with my friend Johnny White, who dressed as Hulk Hogan, and down on the street prior to going into Ford Field, there was a guy dressed as Undertaker, and they got into a wrestling match in the middle of the street.
Sweet.
You know, so
right.
You know,
good
life
stuff.
is good.
So it's been a couple years now.
Yes.
And you went from, you already owned 2 schools at the time.
Yes.
And then you kind of fell into ring announcing for Blue Water.
Yes.
It was kind of like one of those things where it was an opportunity that somebody else didn't take and you jumped on it.
Right.
And here you are. So what's it like going from somebody that's been to 2 WrestleManias and watching as a fan and going to something like now you're part of the business where you are on the inside?
It's different. Like I said, as a kid, I always thought good house, bad house.
Right.
To going to watching all how this gets to come to a show. And to be able to ring announce and watch everything that's going on and how it all operates and how everything works, it's pretty amazing, and it's definitely different. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's like, you know, you may disagree with how it's going, but you kind of just do it, and that's the way you do it. So
right.
It is.
Do what the boss says.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we went through this tonight when I showed up and talked to Cody. I've got my stuff for tomorrow night for the show, and we'll talk about that later. But I'm like, you want to see it? And he's like, no, I don't want to see it.
No, I don't want to
talk
know
about it. You know, so
I'm kind of a purist, but at the same time, I like new stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and I like changing the game.
You know what? I love the fact, you know, there's so much going on with the internet nowadays.
Yeah,
and we're going to get into that.
Right. Oh,
but,
yeah, definitely.
When somebody can surprise someone,
right. Oh, yeah.
There is nothing better than that.
Case in point, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
My mouth hit the floor when that happened.
You know,
I never thought I'd ever see the Undertaker take an L at WrestleMania.
Well,
ever.
The whole thing with this current stuff that's coming up. You know, Shawn Michaels is out talking, blah, 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 running his mouth, and here goes the music. And I'm like, there's no way that the Undertaker's here on Raw. And here he comes.
Right, yeah.
And everybody's like, what? That's perfect.
Yeah, it looks like Alex is here and he's boosting DTA.
You know what? Just stop, Alex. We know you're in the DTA.
Yeah, you're Death Threat Army. So I
By the way, no donations. So here we go.
I mentioned it in the post announcing that you were coming on the show that you're also the father of Weaponized Alex Weir,
That's a full-time job.
Right, who has been on the show a couple times. Matter of fact, he super kicked me. We talked about that. You have to tell us what it's like for you as a father watching your son be a fan. And, you know, we talked about it a little bit before the show about, you know, you moved and you had to give him back some of his stuff. And I'll let you talk about that. But what's it been like for you to watch him transform from a greenhorn to where he's at now? What's it been like for you?
You know, it's always funny because as a father, you look and you try and raise your child the best way you possibly can. And to watch, I mean, Alex and Taylor and I used to wrestle in the living room. There's so many pictures of Alex with his shirt off, trying to be cool and wrestle. We wrestled in every house we ever owned. And you know, he always talked about being a wrestler. We got a trampoline out back, and he's out back, and he's doing all these moves and everything he possibly can. And, you know, when the opportunity came, by the way, for those who don't know, this is the man right here.
Why? What'd I do?
Who got PKSA Karate completely involved in Blue Water Championship Wrestling.
That is true.
Because Alex and I went to the all-women show, the benefit for...
XBW, it was for Justin Vanny.
Yes. And what a great show that was.
One of the Vannies, I know that.
That's where we got this.
Yeah.
You know, I won. By the way, I was one number away from winning the big belt signed by Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I was so mad. Jillian, when she signed in this one, she's like, "Oh man, you're one number away." I'm like, "Shut up." But you know, he got us involved in this whole thing. So we get this wrestling ring in the back of our karate school, and Alex goes off and he goes to do world tournament, and then he gets back and he's like, "Okay, Dad, I want to do this." And I'm like, "All right, well, let's see what we can do." And to watch him, and I know every father is proud, but my goodness, if you have not watched my son, Weaponized Alex Weir, on YouTube, he is incredible. He has such a natural talent. Not only does he have talent in the ring, but as you know, he can talk. Lord, can he talk.
My goodness, and sometimes too much. But.
Yeah, if you have not seen his latest promo with Billy Ray Daniels in our dojo, please check that out. It's awesome. But it makes me proud, and I know that there is literally it's just a matter of time.
Hey, you better watch dogging on David Arquette if you plan on going over to Can-Am.
You better, because you know he's going to be the heavyweight champ in no time.
Right. But yeah, definitely good. We've had him on the show many times. You know, he went from I remember him sitting 2 seats away from me and had no idea that he was about to enter his very first wrestling match and tag team with Marty Jannetty. To a month later doing his very first singles match.
Correct.
You know, and I both of those are on my personal YouTube, by the way. So if you search my name, you can find that on my personal YouTube, and you Who did that? Bilbo Bag. Oh, that would be your daughter.
Taylor.
Yep. Thank you for the donation. But you know, to watch that match, to even watch one to the next, you see a big difference.
Yes.
And then watch that one and fast forward to a match he had last weekend.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It's totally different.
Right. It is. And it's a different realm. And to me, it's special that all of us have this opportunity to see people like Alex and Cyrus and Billy Ray and, you know, Arabella and all these other Rob and all these other people that were trained by, you know, Andrew or somebody that we may know here in the state of Michigan, and to watch this development, because like for instance, like with Cyrus, I mean, you watch his matches from, you know, his previous run.
When he didn't have hair.
Right, when he didn't have hair, then he gets hair, you know, he's got this whole thing going on, and then he goes to Florida and something's going on.
It's crazy.
It's a whole different story now. And matter of fact, I talked to Cyrus today, and I was asking him because, you know, he's involved with WWN quite a bit.
Yes.
And he I was asking him because WWN.
No, Taylor, you're both the same.
The WWN has some shows coming up this month, and they have a couple seminars coming up with guys, trainers from NXT. And I asked him, I said, do you do all these seminars? He goes, if I don't do them, I'm there.
Right.
You know, he goes, but this month there's Brookside, Bobby Brookside's going to be there, who's an NXT coach. And he's like, I'm doing all of them. That's The Rock.
Sorry.
The Rock. It don't look like The Rock, though.
Weir.
Right.
The Rock.
Yeah.
That's her favorite wrestler.
Oh, really? Okay, so you own two schools.
Two schools.
You're a veteran. You're a third-degree black belt. You're preparing for one of the biggest
We don't talk about that.
I know.
Cody, you
ever,
know that.
And you're a ring announcer.
Yes.
How do you find time?
I drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
You know what? It's you separate everything in, and you do what you love. And I remember it was a very famous thing. If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's a true statement.
And to own the two schools and to watch everybody grow and become family and become black belts, there's nothing better. And to do the ring announcing, that's a time to just get out and have a great time and have fun with everybody and watch everybody become crazy. And, you know, it's like I tell my students who have never gone, if you ever go to a show, a live show, you'll go again.
Yeah,
because
amen.
it's so much fun.
Right. I have a blast at the
Oh,
Indies.
it is so much fun. And, you know, and then you take time for yourself. And, you know, and then you drink a lot of coffee.
Right, a lot of coffee.
A lot of coffee.
So you're my instructor in the art of Tung Sudo.
Yes.
Everybody that don't know, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. And it's an absolute honor to have you on the show. We've talked about it before. We talked about wrestling quite a bit for some time now. We've known each other, like I said, and then we always talk about wrestling. Every time that we see each other, there's something we're talking about, whether we're talking about a booking for Blue Water, or we're talking about WWE, or something that happened on the Indies, or something that happened to somebody we know, or whatever it is. We're always talking about wrestling.
Right.
So it's time that we talk about Blue Water Championship Wrestling's
my goodness.
Fatal Error.
Let me just tell you, I am so ready. I have been looking forward all week to this moment right here where we actually get to sit down and I get to talk nerd-wise wrestling. As you know, all these kids talk about all their video games and their Fortnite and all that. No, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to have some fun. Let's go.
All right, here we go. When we come back. All right, so we're going to talk.
Your intro's too short for that.
I know.
We need something a little more.
I know.
Like that, you know. But
Right,
that's
well,
all right.
I got to set this up while I do
Hey,
this.
let's go. He's setting it up. What do you want to talk about? I'm all there. Is this what they're seeing right now?
They're in a minute.
Oh.
They're seeing us right now.
In a minute. You guys have no idea. This is so cool to be here, actually.
All right. So now, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm going to read off of you, too. So there we go.
Okay,
All
read off of me.
So we're on the eve, the night before. If you don't know what that means, you know, maybe you're in a different country. Because apparently I'm getting a really big... a lot of people are coming into the Rage page. That's what I call it, the Rage page on Facebook. Coming in from you know, different countries and stuff. So
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, we were almost at 2,000 likes. I don't know, for the Facebook page. We're getting there. But anyways, we're on the eve. You can still get your tickets. I don't think you can get them at the website anymore. I'm not sure.
No, as a matter of fact, I had the promoter contacted me today and said, hey, I need you to take whatever tickets you have left and get them to the Legion because they don't have any. And I sent them back and said, I have 4.
Oh, boy. So there was 4 pre-sales, right?
Yeah.
And then
we're there. It's going to be pretty sweet.
It's a Halloween show. You know,
Yep.
And like Rob said 2 weeks ago, they know it's a Halloween show. They know it's going to be sold out.
Mr. Fitness is on the page.
Hey, Mr. Fitness. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Hey,
Alex, stop with the DTA stuff.
He's spamming the DTA.
My goodness.
Hey, all, just want to throw it out there that I can do Karate Kid Crane. Well, thank you. Hey, mate, Kung Fu Ninja. Hey, good. Hey, well, you know what? Good to see you. We'll be seeing you tomorrow. Yeah, we got a long day tomorrow.
We do.
A long day.
You have no idea how long of a day tomorrow
well,
is.
for you, it's longer than me because I will be there.
Taylor, what time is AIS? 5:45 a.m. so we can go to the tournament.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
I will be there. Is it Sunday?
Sunday is the belt promotion.
All right, so I'll be there Sunday in the morning, and then tomorrow we have the whatever you call it. We have the Fatal Error. Oh, we have
tournament tomorrow,
right.
And then Fatal Error, which we're going to talk about right now.
Yeah, Fatal Error.
Let's get it going.
There we go.
Let's go.
So, yeah, there we go.
We're going.
All right, so here we go. Now this slide is wrong. Her name is spelled wrong right there. It's
is?
Laterna with an A.
Hold on.
With an A.
Leterna.
A. Yeah. Look, I fixed it, but I didn't fix it on this
From
one.
New York City.
Yeah. So
Trained by Edge, by the way.
really, I did not know that. See, now this is why we got you on the show. He's bringing all the expert inside knowledge that I didn't know. And against the XBW champion,
Who on her post said, no big deal. 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I definitely think she's going to have her work cut out for her in this match because I don't think we've seen her go up against somebody with the likes of this or even have that type of training in the Blue Water Championship Wrestling. What she's done outside of there, I don't know, but it's definitely going to be a good one.
It is. Definitely. And we'll talk about it later for Miss Shauna.
All right, and so we have a tag team matchup. Twinkie Power takes on Roach. Now, give me the rundown, Roach. What's that stand for?
Radical Organization Against Champions and Heroes.
So they basically don't like anybody.
From Mount Doom,
Right.
weighing 575 pounds combined weight.
They don't like anybody.
No, they don't like anybody who is happy.
Yeah, well, that's
By the way, they're escorted to the ring by Arabella.
Arabella. And they also, by the way, they're another one of those talents that have their T-shirts available on ProWrestlingTees.com. I found that out at the last show that they were on. But both these gentlemen on the left here have been on the show. Mr. Fitness, I believe, was second show.
Second show.
Second show. If you didn't know, on the ceiling is a piece of paper that from the second show that covers a light. And
Yes.
I just had to look up to get the reminder. But yeah. And then Rob was on the show
Last 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And he brought a really different style of things. And I've been communicating with him a lot about collecting and stuff because he collects these Hasbros. And
Okay, can I just say, let's just stop for a second.
yeah.
No disrespect, but seriously, you have Mr. Fitness and CrossFit Rob Clooney, who are fan favorites, and I understand that because they give out Twinkies, and
Yeah.
I'm all about Twinkies,
I love Twinkies.
against two guys who weigh over 550 pounds who don't want to deal with any of this stuff,
Right? Yeah.
okay? I'm telling you what, Twinkie Power better bring it, or they're going to wind up hurt.
Twinkie or Diet Coke and leotards all the way.
You need to bring it, or you're going to get hurt, and
Very
I don't
good.
want to see that.
So Craig says, so Cody is the Karate Kid and the referee is Mr. Miyagi. Well, I guess so. he is my instructor, and
It depends on who the referee is.
Right, that's why I said it was so weird to call him by his real name because I don't really do that. So here, I think this is probably going to be one, if not the best, one of the best matches of the night right here because
Could be.
We have the Blue Water Street fight,
Correct.
where the fans bring the weapons
P.S. Please do not bring any deadly weapons.
like knives.
Okay?
Or guns.
Let's bring something cool. I like Rob Clooney saying, bring something that's going to break up.
Like a keyboard.
Cheese graters.
Stapler,
Something like that, yeah.
kendo stick.
But let's have some fun with this.
Padded
because
sword.
I really want to see Billy Ray Daniels and the pretty boy redneck Levi Blue just go at it.
So Taylor asks, what are you bringing? Well, yeah, so anybody in there, anybody in the chat, comment what you're bringing. I know Josh is going to be there. I know Red Wing fan's going to be there. I know Alex is going to be there.
No guns.
No guns. Yeah, no guns. That is a rule because they serve alcohol there, so you can't do that.
They do?
Yeah, they do. So don't videotape me. But
Yes.
anyways, again, we got BRD, Billy Ray Daniels, who was in the chat. I don't know if he's still there, but Billy Ray Daniels against PBR, Levi Blue.
His former tag team partner.
Yeah, Redneck Rockstars here. Definitely going to be an interesting match. I have never seen a street fight in Blue
Josh,
Water.
if you bring a golf bag full of different stuff, you are the man.
That's right. He was the one that initiated the riot. So
We don't want to talk about that.
oh yeah, we don't want to talk about the riot. I'm sorry. The plastic floor
Nerf guns. Nerf guns are acceptable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a bit. Hey, Mr. Mike Henry, nice to see you, Mr. Mike. I used to work with Mr. Mike years ago, and we're kind of related, but kind of not. And don't tell people though; you might get arrested or something. But anyways,
You want to bring a Keurig?
yeah. I walk into churches and they almost start on fire. So
Sweet. So this is going to be a great match.
definitely,
There's a lot of bad blood between these
yeah,
two.
there is.
You know, McMorrin, Billy Ray basically kicked him out of the ring because his old tag team partner was there. And what did that get him? Wah, wah, wah. Big loss.
Yeah,
and you lost, Billy Ray Daniels, to two guys who cannot get along.
Oh Lord.
Okay? Let's just get this out. Let's just beat the hell out of each other. And I owe $1. I gave 60 already. And just get this done so you two can get together, get back on track, and get that tag team belts back.
What I like about this, and there's another match this also plays into, but what I like about this is cross promotional right here because you have, two guys that are in proving ground together.
Yes.
And they're also going to other promotions besides Blue Water and XICW, and they have a history. They have blood. There's a problem here, and I think that, or I hope that after they beat the tarnations out of each other with a bunch of weapons or a cheese grater, or someone takes chunks of their skin off their forehead or something, that it solves the problem. And
Remind me to tell you after we get off the air about something interesting about Levi Blue.
All right, and then
oh boy, here we go.
We have MM3 who I've interviewed. Tag teaming with Blake when
Blake Acumen
being called the Killmongers.
The Killmongers. That would be the protege and the prestigious, or not the prestigious one. Hold on. I forget what we call him.
Against DTA, Death Threat Army, Weaponized Alex Weir, and Jack Price. Now
Black Diamond.
Jack now
Price.
I'm looking forward to this because I've seen 3 of these guys wrestle. I've seen video of Jack, but I have not actually seen him live.
You are in for a treat.
Right.
You are absolutely in for a treat.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I am not trying to be like, what do we call that? I'm trying to be Switzerland here because I'm the ring announcer, right?
Neutral or...
Okay? But if you have not seen the Death Threat Army, you are in for a treat. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Killmongers better bring it, or again, they're going to wind up looking outside in.
Yeah,
Alex, stop with the DTA stuff.
I definitely think that this is going to be that high-flying, knock your socks off right here.
It is.
And I'm looking forward to it because I'm always front row. And
you better hold on if you're front row.
Good,
because you know how Alex is, you know how Blake and MM3 are. Jack Price is just exactly they're brothers. They're absolutely brothers, and it is going to be a show that you do not want to miss.
Right. Where have I seen Jack Price? What is he saying?
Alex, he's never seen Jack Price.
He was at Legends of Wrestling, but he did not wrestle, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, yes, you're right. I did see him at XICW, but I didn't really... It was a 6-man tag. It was a 6-man tag at XICW. So he was in the ring one time when I was there.
Let me just tell you that Jack Price will come out and I'm just going to say it. He's a very cute man. Okay? And the two of them, Weir and Price, just absolutely gel together. And you are going to see something beyond anything you've ever seen before. For those of you who have never been and seen the Death Threat Army, the Killmongers better bring it. That's all I got to say.
Definitely. All right, so that's that one.
Boy, it's tough to keep up with this chat, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Man, crazy.
Aren't they? So then we have
good Lord.
Impact star.
Again, I'm supposed to be Switzerland, but please.
Congo Kong versus the Devil's Right Hand takes on 5 Most Wanted's Sean Casey and Cody effing Hawk. What?
Can I just say, not only will Sean Casey and Cody Hawk be at ringside.
Oh, yes.
You are going to have the Candyman at ringside and the rest of the 5 Most Wanted.
Including Big John.
So now you have a quote-unquote tag team match that involves like 60 people on the 5 Most Wanted side versus Congo Kong and the Devil's Right Hand.
Now, Josh here is saying anyone over 5MW. You, of all people, would seem to me like that you would be the guy that would be on the 5MW side.
No, Josh is not on the 5MW side.
Well, I mean, he's always that guy that always likes something different than I do. So I guess that's the way it is.
Well, you're a 5MW guy.
I am a 5MW guy. You throw it up.
There we go.
They can't even see
Get him,
me.
Mrs. Weir. That's right. That's right. So this match right here is going to be 27 minutes of Sean Casey talking about how he doesn't want to face Congo Kong.
Whoops. Gotta go back.
And go back. We're not there yet because that's an exciting one that I want to talk
about.
That's a more exciting one that we were talking about. What are you doing?
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Get her under control.
And then I see Congo Kong coming out and just destroying all of them.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I've been to a couple shows now with Congo Kong, and he's a really cool dude.
He is a super awesome dude.
Yeah, he's really cool. And then we got the second women's match of the night, a dual Extreme Bombshells title match. So Shauna has to defend her title twice against DTA member.
Do you know who Jody Threat is?
I know she's a member of the DTA.
That's it?
That's all I know about her.
That's all you know?
Yes, that's all I know. I've never seen her wrestle.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh, tell me.
Shauna lost to Jody Threat. Lost. And Jody basically schooled Shauna on what it means to be a professional wrestler. She lost because Jody held her tights and got the 1 through 1, 2, 3. And as Shauna said in her promotion, hey, that's business. Jody Threat is quite possibly going to throw this little girl around this ring for 10 to 15 minutes just to have fun. Because she is a monster. Erin O'Ryan would not allow her into the Death Threat Army unless she was absolutely the best women's wrestler out there today. So, again, you guys better get ready. Shauna is going to be in for a big challenge against Jody Threat.
Twice in one night, man.
Twice.
Wow. And then we have a rematch from the...
Speaking of.
A rematch from Tri-City Wrestling's show, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
That they did out in Bay City.
Yes.
So Aaron O'Ryan versus James Alexander. James Alexander's one half of the Blue Water Championship Tag Champs. Why is he holding the belt upside down? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
All right. And
can I just take a second, though? And
go ahead.
Before we get serious about this, congratulations to Aaron Ryan
for being
on Raw.
Yeah.
And please, I beg you, put James Alexander in the claw.
The claw!
That's all I ask.
There we go.
Just put him in the claw.
Definitely going to be a great match. Now, I've seen Aaron O'Ryan. I've seen him at Legends of Wrestling. I've seen him at XICW. I was really happy to see him at Legends of Wrestling because I didn't know that he was on the card. And what was really cool story about that is it was me, former co-host, and Army Dave were sitting in the VIP section on the floor, a hop, skip, and a holler away from David Arquette, by the way. And
former heavyweight champion.
Former WCW heavyweight champion. And we were cheering for Aaron, and we were chanting DTA, DTA. And after his match, he came over. He came inside where we were, shook our hands, gave us a big hug, and said, "Thank you so much," and then took off. which was really cool, and I really enjoyed that. I don't know him well like you guys do.
I think you're going to see a different Aaron O'Ryan.
Okay.
There's a slight problem between the two.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, there's a video floating around out there.
I didn't want to get into that, but yes.
Yeah, there's a video.
No kids allowed.
Right, yeah.
But yes, this is actually for the Tri-City Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. This is a rematch. Again, I just want to tell anybody out there who is not come to a Blue Water Championship wrestling show, you better get your tickets.
Yeah,
because this show right here is crazy.
Stacked.
I am just, as the ring announcer, all I can see is so many great matches. And this one right here is shaping up to be a great match. For Blue Water Championship Wrestling, this is Aaron O'Ryan's debut.
Yeah, which is amazing to me.
It is amazing. And you are in for a treat. He is an absolute monster.
Definitely.
So please come to the show tomorrow night. Tickets available at the door.
Yeah. So your daughter's asking if she has tickets.
Talk to your brother because I gave my tickets to the Legion.
Ooh, boy. All right. So, and then the main event.
Wow.
Decay's Crazy Steve, formerly of Impact Wrestling, takes on main event the Blue Water Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Justin Maine. Now, I'm not familiar with Crazy Steve. I wasn't able to make it to the McMorrin show because I had to work. But, I watched I watched Justin Maine. I've interviewed Justin Maine. He's more than just a wrestler. However, I'm always impressed. There's matches between him and your son that are
match of the year last year.
Yeah, match of the year, by the way. And it's just amazing the stuff that's going on here.
Listen, Cody, I sat at McMorrin. I have never seen Crazy Steve. I didn't watch any videos before McMorrin. I just met him before the show, and do my typical thing. Hey, how do you want me to introduce you? And, he is literally crazy. Okay?
Is he crazy?
He is crazy. And
I mean, just look at the picture.
He gets into the ring because he had a fatal 4-way at McMorrin. My goodness, that man can move.
Was Alex in that match?
Alex was in that match. Alex, help me out. Who else was in that match? It was insane. I think Blake was in that match, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then it was crazy. This guy can move so fast. He can give a run to my son.
Yeah.
And saying that, you're the heavyweight champion, and you're about to take on somebody who is going to put you to the test. Crazy Steve, Alex, and Blake.
Yep.
Who was the other guy?
There's got to be. There was another one, wasn't there?
He was from New York. I remember that. But this is a great match. This is. I'm going to tell you. Here I go. I'm predicting. Match of the year, right here.
Match of the year.
Match of the year.
Match of the year.
Taylor, we're not going to lose his jacket. Your mom will make sure to take care of that.
Did we find out when the awards ceremony is this year yet? Do we know?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
I've seen a little bit of grumbling about it, but I haven't seen dates or anything.
Did you go last year?
Yes, I did. I was there. I was sitting with you.
Was I drinking?
We all were.
It's sweet.
Yeah. We got free drinks, remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. Andrew actually gave out free drinks last year. God, mark the calendar on that.
Where is he, by the way? We're out here promoting his show, and he's not even on.
He's setting up.
Oh, okay. He's lucky.
He's doing sound setup because he's totally lost because Mr. Weir is sitting here talking on Wrestling Rage instead of hauling the ring.
Oh, all right. So, and last but
what? We got so many more matches. What? You don't even have half the matches here.
Because that's all I know.
What?
Those are all the matches.
I'm gonna fill you in on some other ones.
But
we'll talk quick about this one though.
All right, so
not quick because I want to give him his due.
Son of the loose cannon, Brian Pillman Jr., by the way, who was recently on Stone Cold's podcast, and I actually listened to his new podcast today, and they mentioned
we don't drink.
Yeah.
Diet beer.
Diet beer. Listen, Mr. Fitness, you got a lot of room to talk about Diet Beer right now. I've hung out with you. We'll just say I've seen Mr. Underpants in his tighty whities, by the way. Yeah, all right. Not by choice.
TMI.
Right. So, anyways, they
Stone Captain Mullet. What are you talking about, Josh? This is the son of a legend.
Right. So Stone Cold recently had another guest on. I forget what his name is, but he partners up with Josh Gowen. He has cerebral palsy. Is that how you say it?
Cerebral palsy?
That's it. He has that, but he's a wrestler. I forget what his name is, but him and Pillman worked a match. I forget where, and he was talking about how his dad was one of the people that he looked up to and wanted to be like. Oh. And they had a match together, and it was one of the first times that Brian had played the bad guy. And the guy talked about how surreal it was to be a fan of his dad and to be able to work his
Greg
son.
Iron. Thank you, Alex.
Yes, thank you. To work his match
yeah,
with his son and then kind of give him some pointers and help him out to help mentor him in wrestling. But anyways, taking on Aqua Bro, Cyrus St. who takes... Aqua Bra. Well, he's returning to Port Huron because the last time we seen him,
I don't want to talk about last time.
Well, last time he won. We won't say, who he beat, but he won, and then he gave a long.
He won by default, and he insulted my wife.
Didn't he hit you one time?
We won't talk about that either.
Yeah, that well.
Thanks for that memory, Cody.
Yeah. Well, that was the night that I almost came in the ring.
It was awesome. Yes, he beat Alex Weir.
Yeah.
But he didn't beat Alex Weir. Alex Weir beat himself.
Oh, no.
For some God unknown reason, he jumped through a table all by himself. I don't know why. Ooh. And basically, Cyrus fell on top of him and got the 1, 2, 3. And then proceeds to go off on this rant, insulting my family, insulting Alex, insulting Blue Water Championship Wrestling, throws the title on the ground, and walks out. And for some reason, Blue Water executives go, oh, well, he's still the champion. And here we go.
A lot of people aren't happy with them executives right now, particularly the front row on which would be the west side of the ring.
Well, yeah. I would say so.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that the ring announcer's not unhappy.
Right.
About.
So you say you know a couple matches that I don't know about.
He didn't trip.
All right. So we're back.
Hey, we're back live.
So you say you know matches that I don't know.
I do.
He's obviously a little bit on the end than I am. Well, he's a ring announcer, right? What am I? I'm just the guy that does the podcast,
ding.
right?
I get to ring the bell.
Do you get to ring the bell?
I get to ring the bell.
I didn't know you rung the bell. That's pretty sweet.
Coolest thing ever.
Right.
So let me tell you. Here's one of the matches you don't have up there. How about this? How about Atlas Hightower versus the Soul Taker?
Soul Taker.
That's
Atlas,
one of the matches that you didn't announce.
Atlas Hightower is charismatic. Now, everybody loved Atlas Hightower, and then I don't know, something happened. Something. I don't know. He kind of like rebelled against the fans. I don't know, and he's kind of like anti-fans. I don't know if it's anti-fans of Port Huron or if it's anti-just fans in general or what's going on there. But he's kind of turned his back on the people that support him.
He did.
So
and I hope that the Soul Taker knocks him back into the straight line. And gets him going.
That's going to be an interesting match.
Soul Taker here for the first time.
Is that the first time he's ever been here?
I believe so.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Like I said, this is going to be quite the show.
Yeah, that's a stacked card. There's a lot of action going on, and if you don't have your tickets, make sure that you get down to the American Legion in Port Huron, Michigan. I believe that's 7th Street, right?
Yes.
7th Street.
6th
Street. Sorry, I get all that. That's
6th and Wall.
That's my old stomping ground there for a while. I used to live on 7th Street in Union, do some things. But anyways,
we won't talk about those.
No, definitely not. So get your tickets. $20, get you in the door. I don't know if they're going to do the $75 deal at the door. What do you think?
No.
No $75 deal at the door. So you better,
I can say it because he's not online. He ain't going to give you a deal if you wait till the day of.
That's true. Typically, when it doesn't matter what event it is, typically you pay more the day of the event. You know, it could be WWE.
It's $20 in advance, $25 at the door. There is no family deal. So if
25.
you have not got your tickets, boy, Mrs. Weir's going to really yell at me for that one. You need to either go to the Legion tonight and get your tickets, or you're going to pay $25 at the door.
Yep.
But let me tell you something. Pay $25 at the door, and you are going to have a great night.
Amen to that. Every night's a great night when we're at the wrestling show.
All right.
For
We're going to go past 9 o'clock, by the way.
I figured that. It's all right. CIW outdoor show for the 20th, which is tomorrow.
Gangst!
Gone. Reason being is they were going to have it outside, and
Can I just say, let's plan an outdoor event at the end of October.
Well, what do you go?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be supportive,
Right.
But because independent wrestling, CIW, Weaponized Alex Weir was the City Market champion for a while. Billy Ray Daniels is currently the City Market champion.
He's got a couple belts now. Actually,
He does have a couple belts.
Yeah, he's the new belt
You
collector.
plan an outdoor event, not only an outdoor event, a free outdoor event
in October.
Yeah, and you have to cancel it because of the weather.
Yeah, probably not a good choice. I mean, I could see if it was football. He played football all the time, but wrestling, you got a ring and stuff gets wet. Not a good idea.
Come to Port Huron.
Yeah, definitely travel up.
We're inside at the American Legion Post 8 on Wall and 6.
You know who you're reminding me of right now?
Who's that?
Your son.
No, my son reminds you of me.
Oh, there we go.
Because I am older.
B.W.C.W holds Tag You're It in Wyandotte, Michigan at the Copeland Center on October 27th. The first round of tag team tournament with 8 teams participating. Tickets can be purchased at their website, www.gobcwa.com/events. $25 for VIP, which gets you early entry with a meet and greet, and $10 for general admission. Kids 12 and under get in free with a special Halloween treat. So you're going to want to do that.
Stop, Alex.
And the show starts at 6. And make sure you wear your favorite costume, as there is a costume contest. Now, is there a costume?
Hey, there is a costume there's a costume show tomorrow night
At Federal Air. All right, that's what I thought.
Good Lord. Look it up while you're talking.
All right, what is there like something to be won? That'd be sweet.
Really? Are you serious?
Hey, I do not know.
There's a show. There's somebody performing afterwards.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is there?
I'll
Okay.
get you. I'll
All right.
get you, man.
All right. Also, on October 27th, Metro Pro Wrestling.
Wait, can they see me searching my phone?
Well, they could see you, but they can't see your phone. Let's see here. October 27th, Metro Pro Wrestling presents Fright Night in Southgate, Michigan. Doors open at 7 with bell time at 7:30. Halloween costume party. Let's see here. It's just a costume party. Garrett Vale performing live.
I believe he's performing to warm up local country star Drew Jacobs at his McMorrin show.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, Drew Jacobs.
By the way, Drew Jacobs, who performs the Redneck Rockstar theme for Billy Ray Daniels.
Definitely. November 9th, Evolve Wrestling.
You owe me some money now.
Evolve Wrestling returns to Michigan. Payments, right?
That's
For
right.
more details, head on over to WWN.com.
You going?
Yes, definitely. I already got my ticket.
What?
Yeah. If you're interested in getting a
You know
discount.
what November 10th is?
No.
No, you don't, because you didn't come to the meeting last
Yeah.
night.
If you're interested in getting.
Breakathon.
Oh, gotcha. Another one? We're doing breakathons now?
We're doing a breakathon because we can't do the first concern.
Oh, if you're interested in getting a discount on tickets, contact me on Facebook. All right? That's right. Yeah. We're at the end of the road for the Indies portion of the show. Time for All the Rage, where we talk
We're going
about
to talk quick.
all the news in professional wrestling. Here we go. When we come back. Oh, man. I don't know.
How are we going to keep up with this chat?
Yeah. Let's see. All the Rage.
No, he's not coming tomorrow, Taylor.
All the Rage. Here we go.
I should get him a ticket.
Boom.
We're back.
And we're back.
By the way, can I say how much I enjoy your intro videos?
The cut scenes or whatever
I
you
really
want.
do.
You
It's
like those?
awesome.
I try. I always looking at them to see if they got different ones to make new ones. But
It's sweet.
yeah,
It's awesome.
somebody told me.
It is amazing the difference between show number 1.
Oh my God!
What are we, 51 today?
Yeah, 52.
Shut up.
52.
52 shows.
52. Yeah. Well, and we were talking about it before the show. I started on that camera.
Yes.
With no microphone. Right. This camera right here. With no
Camera
microphone.
1, camera 2.
Right.
Camera 1, camera 2. What movie is that from?
I know it, and I just can't think of it. But I moved up to a Yeti microphone, and then we went to these microphones with this mixer, donated by Blue Water Championship Wrestling. This mixer was, by the way.
A Yeti microphone?
That's what they're called, Yetis.
Does that keep it cool all day long?
I have no idea. That's what it's called. It's a Yeti. It's almost a $200 microphone.
Wow.
Yeah, this one, $10.
Thank you, Alex. Very good. Alex Weir
Wayne's
wins
World.
the award.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
All right.
I raised my kids right.
Yeah, definitely. Impact Wrestling held their annual
boy.
pay-per-view. Lots of controversy here. Bound for Glory. Last
Can I
weekend.
just say, as a wrestling fan, this week was absolutely out of control.
A lot of stuff.
Out of control.
Crazy stuff.
I could not keep up.
It's hard. There was a lot of hype going into the event
Yes.
because exchanges going on between Austin Aries and Johnny Impact on Twitter. It started with the normal jaw-jacking. Then it went to Twitter where Aries insulted his wife, so Johnny Impact's wife. And then it escalated to an almost fist fight.
It was out of control.
Right, at Abyss Hall of Fame induction.
First off, don't interrupt Abyss's Hall of Fame induction. This is a man who has given his life to this sport, and you have the audacity to start a fist fight at his induction?
Because he was doing a presentation, like he was up there talking.
Yes.
And then he made it a point to specifically talk trash to Johnny Impact. And then Johnny Impact got up, and then they started going at it.
No, it's whatever.
Yeah, I just definitely. Now you fast forward to the main event, right? Main event.
Main event.
Austin Aries, who is the champ, takes on Johnny Impact.
Yes.
It's a good match. Goes back and forth.
By the way, one of Mrs. Weir's favorite wrestlers.
Johnny Impact.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of ladies like him.
Well, yeah.
A lot of ladies like him.
Yeah.
So, Johnny Impact, gets the 3 count. Bam, wins. Austin Aries stands up.
Austin Aries stands up. No sells the finish.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're talking. Whoop. Just went kayfabe. Flips off everybody and walks out of the ring.
Well, when he gets out of the ring, he mouths to where the announcers are, who Don Callis, it just happens to be up there, who is the co-executive vice president of Impact Wrestling, along with Scott D'Amore, and he mouths some things, and it looked like he's giving a couple F-bombs and yada, yada, yada. Walks out of the ring, walks up the ramp, and as he's walking out, he gives the bird to everybody and leaves.
That's $1.
Yeah. Me?
You just flipped everybody off. That's $1.
Oh, my wallet's upstairs.
What?
So,
I'm sure he'll pay it.
He does that. He gives everybody the bird, and we find out the next day because P.D. Williams does a podcast and says, and by the way, if you didn't know, P.D. Williams is the producer of that match.
Yes.
Of the match for the main event there.
One of the greatest finishing moves ever in the world.
Oh, yes. The Canadian Destroyer.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I love it. I've got to see the Canadian Destroyer like 3 times now live.
Can I tell you a side story?
Go.
I'll make it quick. Watched the very first time Cyrus 18 ever took the Canadian Destroyer in training.
Really?
He stopped and he said, I need a minute. Because he was so excited.
Yeah.
And there was almost tears.
Really?
It was pretty cool.
I
Go
liked
ahead.
it. It's
back on track.
right. So he released on his podcast that was Aries' last contracted match with Impact.
Okay. As I tell people many times, Elizabeth Taylor has been married 8 times. Mm-hmm. At some point, you have to think it's not the man's fault.
Right.
Okay. Austin Aries was in WWE,
Yep.
wrestled, got hurt, was on the announcement team, got cleared to wrestle again.
Well, don't leave out that he was fired from TNA
Got
previously.
and then gets fired from WWE, goes out on the independent circuit, picks up all these titles, gets into Impact, gets the Impact Championship.
2 champions. He had the Grand Championship, too.
Okay, 2 championships, and then proceeds to start a fight at somebody's Hall of Fame induction, and then loses the title the next night. And then everybody says, yeah, he's no longer under contract. At some point, you have to say, it's not their fault, it's his fault.
Right.
Be a man, do your job, get paid, and shut up.
I can agree with that. But then I also look at it from the other side of it. And I go, is this, and I'm not going to use the word, but is this them playing on us? Because when you think about it, the pay-per-view overall, I've said it, and I'm going to say it again, but overall, the pay-per-view, I give it a B+. It was a great pay-per-view. A lot of people are talking about the fact that it wasn't in some grandiose stadium with 10,000 people.
You don't have to be.
Right. And that, to me, shows me that Impact management is bringing it back. And now they're being moved to 10 o'clock.
I understand where you're going with this. I do. But I don't believe that this is part of that. I believe this is a guy who thinks he's bigger than the business. And when you think you're bigger than the business, Vincent Kennedy McMahon will smack you down.
That's very true. That is very true.
And Billy
Triple
Corgan,
H, right there. Triple H, perfect example. Broke kayfabe in the ring when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash left.
Yep.
And he paid for it.
He paid.
And he paid for it. But look at where he's at now. But regardless, he paid for it and he took it.
That's exactly right. By the way, I'm just going to say it's been a long time since we've had a dance break.
That's true. We need a dance party.
That going.
Dance party.
Keep going.
I watched.
Scroll.
I watched and I was impressed. Like I said, I think that what they did with bringing it down into that smaller stadium, it brought the fan experience up. And for those of us that are fans, hardcore fans that were watching, it made it better for us too.
And it is good. It's good to get the fans involved, and there's no reason that you have to have a big arena when you have the following on the internet.
That's right. So Ethan Page teamed up with Matt Seidel to face Rich Swann and Willie Mack, which Rich Swann, I'm really appreciating him a whole lot more that he's not in the WWE.
He's
got swagger, man.
He does.
Yeah.
And it's time for people to go, no charges filed.
Right, and he's working with his wife. So I mean, Sue Young, that's
Whatever.
his wife, right? And Willie Mack. So
I don't even want to talk about this next thing. Are you going to talk about this next thing?
About them? Which one?
The second paragraph.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about him
why not?
because he's an idiot.
James Ellsworth made an appearance at Bound for Glory. Yes, you heard that right. Eli Drake does an open challenge almost every show, and Ellsworth was the one that answered that. Ellsworth was in Detroit the day before for XICW's return to the Kobo.
Which apparently Weaponized Alex Weir says that he met him, but again, no picture, never happened.
Oh, that sucks. One of the best women in wrestling right now.
Period. Dot. Tessa Blanchard.
She
best ever.
Retained the women's title against Johnny Impact's wife, Taya Valkyrie. She's only been wrestling for like 3 or 4 years.
It doesn't matter.
I know. But she's
You're
amazing.
Tully Blanchard's daughter. You're going to be the best of the best of the best.
She's also isn't her stepdad Magnum TA?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then
best of the best of the best.
And she's a third generation wrestler, if I'm not mistaken, because there's somebody else out there. Tully Blanchard, something.
Let me give her a little word of advice. Don't answer the phone when WWE calls. Don't answer the phone.
Stay where you're at.
Stay where you're at.
Right.
Have fun. Go out. And when you're ready, then answer the phone.
Give Jericho a call. And JR, by the way. Anyways.
There you go. Another topic.
All right. Tommy Dreamer partner up with Eddie Edwards to take on Killer Kross and Moose. Dreamer and Edwards come out on top, but are attacked after the match by Kross and Moose. The team known as OVE, the Chris brothers, along with Sami Callihan, faced off against the team of
Who? Sami Callihan?
That's right.
Where have I heard that name?
He was at Motown Showdown.
That's right.
He's a cool guy. Faced off against the team of Pentagon Jr., Phoenix and Brian Cage, who, by the way, Brian Cage is like a freaking monster. As big as Cage is, he couldn't withstand the attacks from the Chris brothers, which led to the cover by Callahan to take the win.
You know, sometimes it doesn't matter how big you are.
That's right.
What is it Sam Elliott said in Roadhouse? Doesn't matter how big they are. Take their knee out.
That's right. Take out the knee.
Bam.
In another multi-partner match, the OGs, who were the original LAX, Hernandez and Homicide, who were also at XICW
Correct.
at the Cobo, took on the new LAX and ultimately fell short as LAX aerial assault was just too much for the power of the OGs. The OGs, they're like gangster, man.
Yeah, and you know what? You can be gangster all you want, but when you're laying on your back getting counted to 3, you lost.
That's right. So we're just going to skip that because we kind of already talked about it.
Right, main event.
Right. So we already talked about the main
good
event.
Lord.
So
Here we go with another topic I love to
Sunny,
talk about.
who was recently released on parole, has announced she will be doing her farewell tour.
You know,
By the way,
I don't like to be political or anything, but this is like Trump's accuser doing adult movies now.
right? Well,
Why are you going on a tour now? Although I know B.W.C.W, Blue Water Championship Wrestling promoter, will probably get her in here.
yeah, oh yeah.
But come on, okay, just move.
Well,
Next,
she's not going to take. So anybody out there that doesn't want, maybe you're interested or we're interested in.
did we even say who it was?
What?
Sonny, former WWE star.
Right. It was interested in her Skype chats because she did some Triple X stuff on Skype.
Shocking.
Right. She will no longer be doing those because she wants to go back to a
Blue Water Championship executives
normal
paid for that.
normal. Normal. I've seen pictures. Normal life and have more private, personal life.
Okay.
All right. So there's
not?
that. So if you want to get.
Oh, jeez, pizza just keeps coming.
The heat is coming down
Here
on
we go.
WWE for upcoming Crown Jewel event in Saudi Arabia. Everyone wants to know, is it happening or not?
Yes.
WWE officially said they're monitoring the situation,
Listen.
but what does that really mean?
Listen, it's going to happen.
Well, yeah, there's
It's
money.
going to happen. There's so much money involved. Even though I know my very good friend, Nasser Al-Attiyah, world champion, Qatari, very first Qatar world champion in Tung Sudo.
Yes, sir.
Is going to tell you that you don't trust the Saudi. Okay? Because you don't trust the Saudi. Okay? There's way too much money involved in this, and it is way too late in the game.
Isn't it
Even
like
though-
$40 million just for this
it's
event?
ridiculous. And I know that WWE has put out the politically correct statements. Yeah, we listen to our people. Yeah, we're monitoring the situation. Yeah, if President Trump or somebody says we shouldn't do it, then we're not going to do it. Guess what? They're going to do it. It's going to be in Saudi. Even though I know that on Raw and SmackDown, they both, it was just said Crown Jewel.
Yep.
They didn't
They
announce
never
where it
said
was.
where. Yeah.
And I know they have backup plans, but you tell me, what's your backup plan, Cody?
Mine?
What's your backup plan? You have Crown Jewel planned. You have the Undertaker. You have the Brothers of Destruction versus DX. You have blah, 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 let's go on and on. Okay, what's your backup plan?
There probably isn't one.
And whatever it is, it's gonna suck.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely.
Because you got to go forward with this. So people, get over it. It's gonna happen. That's the way it is.
Right, definitely. Like you said, there's a lot of stake here. You have shareholders. They're a publicly traded company. And
As Johnny White, my good friend, is a shareholder of WWE stock.
Right. Well, he probably made a lot of money when it went up to a whole bunch. But it went up and then it came down, and we're talking $1.25 billion total of market share.
Which is what I'm going to win tonight on the Mega Millions, or tomorrow night.
Winning tickets right
That's
here. I don't
right.
know what you're talking about. But anyway, that took a hit on the 11th, and there definitely was public. Everybody's
You know
got
what?
an opinion.
Last week you said it. You said it best. Get the politics out of our wrestling.
Amen to that.
I could care less what the Saudis did to this journalist.
Yes, I will be sticking around for diet beers.
I could care less. Okay? I want to see
I just
DX versus
I just
the
want to
Brothers
see
of
wrestling.
Destruction.
I really don't care if it's in Saudi
You know,
Arabia. to be perfectly
I
honest
mentioned
with you.
this. I talked to my friend Nasser, my adopted son Nasser, about what was the last one we had in Saudi, the Greatest Royal Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm,
We had in Saudi, and I showed him the video of the guys in the front row that as soon as the show started, they all stood up and stood in the corner with their backs. And I said, "What is this?" And he said, "This is a bunch of idiots that don't know anything about wrestling."
Did
I
you
know-
see those seats too?
It's insane. Okay. I have been to Saudi Arabia, and let me tell you something. There's more money over there than you have any clue. So when they say they're going to pay this much money to the WWE, that's like you going and getting a gumball out of a machine. Okay? A lot of money. It's going to go forward. There's nothing that's going to stop it. We're too close.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We got to go
definitely.
forward with this.
Yep.
So unless something comes out that is, but again, it's involving politics in wrestling.
Yep.
I don't want to see politics in
Nope.
wrestling. I just want
Unless
to
it's
see,
a special appearance that someone gets their head shaved. I mean,
If
but-
I see the President of the United States, Hall of Famer, WWE Hall of Famer, Donald Trump, come get his head shaved in Saudi Arabia, I'll pay for that.
yeah, the luxury recliners. That's
Bam.
right.
Yes, they were very nice.
Yeah. So I've talked about it, and you've been watching, and we talked about Rey Mysterio coming back.
Yes.
We talked about it quite a bit.
Yes.
It was recently announced he re-signed, and he appeared at SmackDown 1000, and he took on in a World Cup qualifier, taking on Nakamura, which he won.
Yes.
But it's now been announced that he's going to be added to several other events by WWE, including Survivor Series and TLC.
Well, he has a 2-year contract.
Yep. Yep. So he's going to have to be at a
You
lot
gotta
of stuff.
work.
Right. And he's going to be on a lot of dates on SmackDown. And if you're interested in finding out about that, you can
All
go
right.
to WWE's website.
All right.
What?
So just skate by this, Cody, because you want to, but you put it right there in front of me. SmackDown's 1000th episode.
you hit it.
Okay. Can I just say, seriously, you have 1,000 episodes, and that's what you gave us for 2 hours. Really? God, I love the WWE. I truly do. But my goodness gracious, okay? Can we please get something on the TV? The best part of that night was Evolution coming out.
Yeah, and the dig from Batista.
Batista and yes, make it happen. Batista
Yep.
versus Triple H, because Quentin, Triple H is the best wrestler in the WWE. Not Roman Reigns. But you have 1,000 episodes. You don't have Stone Cold Steve Austin. You don't have Booker T. You don't have The Rock. Can I go on and on and on? And I know nostalgia doesn't sell. So they say. No, it does. It does. For people like me, I remember I watched it live when Brock Lesnar suplexed the Big Show and the ring broke.
Oh.
And I sat there and went, "You got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
How can you have 1,000th episode where, come on. Really?
Well, if
What did you have?
nostalgia don't sell, why are they paying HBK $3 million to come out of retirement for Saudi?
Listen, Cody, he didn't come out of retirement because he had respect for The Undertaker.
Okay. $3 million to
Yeah.
HBK, $3 million to Brock, $2 million to The Undertaker. And
I don't want to talk about Brock. I really don't want to talk.
Why is-
we could spend 2 hours on
why
Brock
is HBK
Lesnar.
getting 3 and The Undertaker only getting 2?
Because HBK shaved his head.
Okay. Another high flyer, Will Ospreay, has been pulled from New Japan's road to power struggle due to the rib injury he sustained during the
Really?
match. Yeah.
Really? Will Ospreay
Yeah. Did you know
suffered an injury?
he's only like 26?
He is not going to make it very long.
Yeah.
This goes back to that interview that The Undertaker did.
Oh, with the
Okay. I love my son to death, and I'm going to love him to death, but you can only do so much, and it gets to a point where you got to stop. And Will Ospreay is a great example of that.
Yeah.
Ricochet is a great example of that.
Rebecca says Q is so mad right now.
Hey, Q. Triple H is the best wrestler in the world, and Roman Reigns is not.
Right. So he sustained an injury at Revolution Pro Wrestling, and so he's not going to be able to compete at the Road to Power Struggle. However, he's still expected to challenge for the Never Openweight Championship on November 3rd in Osaka, Japan. The Never Openweight.
I don't know
Japanese.
I
have no
I
idea.
don't know what that is.
Right. So this is pretty cool. I thought this was cool. Shane McMahon recently revealed during an interview with Opie Radio Podcast, heck of a name, that his kids text Vince McMahon with booking suggestions for the show.
As they should, because they probably got better ideas than the old man does.
So they talk. So this is the quote. They talk about it. They love it. They give me suggestions like, "This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call Pop because that's what they call my dad. I'm gonna call Pop because that was crap, or I love this thing and this is what they should do." And then they call Pop or text him. That's pretty cool because to me that's something we don't
Why not?
hear about with Vince. You know,
Give me
what I mean?
his number. I'll text him.
I bet you would. I think we all would. But, you know, all we ever really get to see is the character Vince McMahon that he plays on TV.
Right.
We don't see that lovable grandfather Vince McMahon, you know. And
Right.
who knows if he is really that lovable, you know.
I don't think he is.
So, real quick, Charlotte Flair, the daughter of Ric Flair, is being sued by her ex-husband, Ricky Paul Johnson. Uh-oh.
Picture.
Hey, whoa. Overstatements made in her new book. In the book, Charlotte writes about abuse that she alleges occurred during her marriage to Johnson. She also alleged that Mr. Johnson is fertile, and that's the reason they couldn't have kids. According to Johnson, these statements have caused him and his family humiliation, which, duh. But TMZ was able to get their hands on the court documents and revealed Mr. Johnson is suing for $5 million. Sounds like a money grab to me.
Next.
Kevin Owens, one of the best. Oh, right. Oh, it's upstairs.
Okay.
Go. Sarah
Give me
can
2
tell
minutes.
All right. Sarah could tell you. Kevin Owens, one of the best, in my opinion, to be working now, underwent double knee surgery, according to his Twitter post. It's all that Jack Daniels. The surgery stems from the attack Bobby Lashley gave him on a recent episode of Raw. So he posted on Twitter, said they were having 2-for-1 on the knee surgeries. So that was on his Twitter. You can check that out. And then, excuse me, Impact, Alex Weir is the best. Impact Wrestling announced they signed Sami Callihan to another contract. This is after a year of him already being with the company. Despite playing the bad guy on Impact and also in MLW and any other place that he goes in other promotions, Callahan is one of the nicest guys I've met as a fan. I said it last week. He's very genuine when he talks to his fans. I've only had the similar experience with maybe two other wrestlers, Matt Riddle being one and Buff Bagwell being the other. They just generally interact with you and seem, like they just want to be there and they want to talk to you. I've had many different, yes, they do. They take many bathroom breaks. And he's definitely one of the greatest dudes I've met, just the way that he interacts and just genuine. So if you ever have the opportunity to meet Sami Callihan, I definitely highly recommend that you do so. So NXT is now bro. Matt Riddle made his NXT taping debut. This guy is another guy I have a high regard for. Very genuine. There's the dog. Very genuine person that one of the guys, when he comes out to his
And we're back.
And we're back. When he comes out and when he wasn't involved and he came out, he would go around the entire ring and he fist bumps everybody. And not only that, he's one of the guys that has a line out the door for autographs. And there's a reason why the line's so long is because he really interacts with his fans. He will sit there and he talk to you. And I've told this story before. Is one of the guys ahead of me in line. One of the times that I met him, they were asking for his Snapchat, and he couldn't remember his ID, so he gave him his personal cell phone number. Yeah. So
Okay.
he's
a good guy.
He's
a great guy. The only thing I would say is when you're getting a picture taken, don't wear your flip-flops.
Oh, him? Oh, that's him. That's him, though.
I know it's him, but
That's him. Everywhere he goes, he's
a
like
good guy,
that.
though.
He's bro.
he is, bro.
He's bro.
He's bro.
And he every time I meet him, it's just a great thing, and I can't wait. Now, the taping that he was on will be on NXT on the network on the 31st. So if you guys
Sweet.
want to catch that, you definitely want to watch the network. Now, speaking of Matt Riddle,
Yes.
NXT has now announced the contractual signings of Chelsea Green, formerly known as Laurel Van Ness, sat in my lap once, in Impact. Maya Yim, who was a two-time participant of
Yes.
the Mae Young Classic, and former Ring of Honor star Punishment Martinez. Now, there was a couple other guys. There's a guy out of Australia
Yep.
who played in rugby.
Yep.
I forget the other guy's name, but I'm not sold on Punishment Martinez quite yet. He's a big guy. He's got the look, but he needs a lot of work, in my
He
opinion.
does.
So,
He needs a lot of look, but again, it's that Vince McMahon.
give it everybody.
Got to get the big guy.
Got to get everybody.
Give him time.
Right.
Yes, the dog is insane, but we made up and we're friends now.
Yeah. We want to see your dog. No, you don't. He'll bite.
That
John,
was my very first dog was a miniature schnauzer.
was it? That was my first dog
Chrissy.
too. I had to get rid of it when I was a kid. That's why I got this one.
Good
But
job, Taylor.
John Cena has become a New York Times best-selling author with his recent release of children's book Elbow Grease. Cena also did a reading of his book at the Library of Congress
Did you
recently.
see the video when he was on Jimmy Fallon?
Yes. Yes,
Oh
I
my
did.
gosh. Jimmy Fallon, I thought, was going to pee his pants. He got so close to him.
Yeah.
But again, he's John Cena.
Right. Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people have problems with him,
Right.
but I am a huge John Cena supporter.
I mean, I support him in everything that he does, like
Except
with
his
the
hair.
with the Make Wish. Well, that's because he's in a movie.
Whatever, but
The Make a Wish Foundation, you can't
Yes,
you can't down
you
a guy
can't.
for that, because in what we do,
yes,
that's a big deal. Kids,
It's a big deal. Kids are a
there's-
big deal.
Yeah, and one of the rules that we have is you see a kid with a lemonade stand, you go buy lemonade. That's a rule.
Matter of fact, kid who had a lemonade stand is now one of our students.
Really?
Yes.
All right. That kid down the road?
Yes, that
All
down the
right.
road.
Nice.
Now
I
it's
like
doing-
it. NWA has been on the up and coming since
Yes.
Billy Corgan took over.
Yes.
He bought it. 10 pounds of gold.
Yes.
One of the most famous wrestling belts in the history of wrestling made its return. And now the NWA National Championship title is coming back with a new belt design. During the 70th anniversary show, 8 men will compete to determine who's the new NWA National Champions. Scorpio Sky, Mike Perro, Ricky Starks, Willie Mack, the Mac, Colt Cabana, good guy, by the way. If you haven't listened to his podcast, you really should. Samuel Shaw, Jay Bradley, and Samuel Shaw's listed twice. I don't know why, but hey, there you go.
Because he's that good.
Right. So the 70th anniversary show takes place on October 21st, which is Sunday, in Nashville, Tennessee, and will be available for streaming on Fight TV.
So you sent me the video,
Of which one?
the belt.
Yeah. Oh, the new one. It's not that all that.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't
either.
like it at all. I don't like it at all.
You know what it
I'm
reminds
sorry,
me of?
but
It reminds me of like the old Bruno Sammartino belts, like long time ago. Like before belts
Keep
had
it-
been like evolved into what they are now.
I am of the more mature audience here tonight. And I would say that belt, the original belt, leave it alone.
Yeah.
It'd be like changing that belt right there.
I love that belt.
You know, why would you change that belt?
Yeah, I love that belt. That's my
It's-
favorite. Big big gold. They call it the big gold. That's always.
It's not anymore.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It looks horrible.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It looks horrible.
Don't be sorry. All right, so here we
Oh.
are. We're at the end. Get your legit wrestling questions. It's like, wow, here we are. Get your legit wrestling questions ready. You can ask us anything about wrestling. You can ask both of us, one of us, whatever. Ask us, and don't forget, you donate $5, you get a dance party.
And I'm going to say we did not do as well as I thought we would do tonight. We better get some right now.
Oh boy! All right, so when we come back, we are going. Where is this at, man? Where'd it go?
I don't know.
There it is. Legit wrestling questions.
Oh, gosh.
There we go.
Billy Ray right out of the gate.
Oh, see, now, man, that's a hard question to ask a man like that. What match are you looking most forward to seeing tomorrow? For myself, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, okay, so I have a couple matches, but most of all, the one I'm really looking forward to is your match against, Levi, because I want to see how this one goes. Because I personally have never been in the crowd with a street fight or anything like that. The closest I came to that was the midget match when they started stapling dollar bills to their tongues and their butts.
Correct.
And heads.
I honestly, I don't. Listen, I'm looking forward to the fans of Port Huron getting to see Aaron O'Ryan in the ring. I am looking forward to Shauna's match versus Threat.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good match. I'm looking forward to Alex and Jack Price versus There really isn't a match tomorrow night that I'm not looking forward to, except 5MW. That's the only one I'm not looking forward to.
Okay.
But it's going to be a great night.
Yeah, definitely.
It really is going to be a great night.
And then circling back to that, like I said, I definitely, that's one of I am very looking forward to this match between James Alexander and Aaron O'Ryan.
Yes.
Because one, it's the first time I've seen Aaron O'Ryan in Blue Water, but I can't say that both great wrestlers, and it's going to be a great match. So I'm looking forward to both those matches. I can't really, the reason why I like both of them, like I said, I already stated that, but I've never seen a street fight live in person, other than the closest I got to that is with the widget. So
and with the fans bringing the weapons, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Right. Now I've seen a match like that with the Nasty Boys, kinda, like trash cans, kendo sticks, whatever. But
this is Port Huron.
Yeah, that was never the fans brought.
Oh man,
the Nasty Boys.
If somebody
brought this
doesn't
stuff.
bring a keyboard tomorrow night, come on.
Definitely.
By the way, someday I can't wait to see Billy Ray Daniels versus the Skyjacker. It's going to happen.
There you go.
It's going to happen.
The Skyjacker. Very good. Favorite wrestling memory? Ooh. Yikes. There's so many, though. You can't never... That's the thing about wrestling. There's so many, you just can't narrow it down to just one. I can't.
And here's the thing. I could tell you all kinds of stuff, and I could tell you the different things that I've seen. But I've become very nostalgic over the years.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have.
I could tell you of the time that I went, again, when I went to WrestleMania 3 with my neighbor Chad Irwin. That was great. But I went, my 16th birthday, I was barely 16, and Chad's mom let me borrow her car to go to, again, at the time it was the IMA Sports Arena, now called the Piranha Arena in Flint. And Cody, I got to see Macho Man and Elizabeth versus Jake the Snake. Okay?
Man.
I got to see the Dragon, because he wasn't Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. It was the Dragon when he wore that stupid outfit in blue fire.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Okay? I got to see Big John Studd. I got to see Hillbilly Jim. I got to see all these people. And so I'm nostalgic and I think about that. But honestly, my greatest memory from wrestling is going to a SmackDown Live show. And this was the SmackDown Live right before the WrestleMania in Toronto.
Okay.
And the main event was, are you ready for this, folks? The main event was NWO, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Do you guys remember that? Yes, it happened.
Wow, that's awesome.
But before that show ever kicked off, there was a dark match against a nobody, and all of a sudden this music hits. Who comes out? Paul Heyman.
Oh, no.
Who's followed? Brock Lesnar. And we're like, me and my friend Paul, you've met Paul,
yep.
my friend from life, we go, who in the world is this guy? My friend Johnny White, love him to death. Oh, that's Brock Lesnar. He's two-time NCAA double champion. We're like, shut up, Johnny. You don't know who this guy is. Brock Lesnar gets in the ring, destroys this guy in a dark match. Okay? That's the kind of things.
Right.
I can't trade those for the world.
No,
the
you can't.
Things that I've got to see, it's amazing.
Yeah, some of the things, like, I don't know, I treasure
No, Robbie E. would not be a success in the WWE.
I treasure the
205
things, like,
Live, maybe.
I've met Ric Flair twice. The second time being the better time. because I actually got to sit down next to him, you know, like
Yes.
this, you know, meeting Big Van Vader, you know, before
Oh.
he passed away, Lita, you know, meeting all these people. And one of the things is like when I went to this Motown Showdown, I've been to the 2 shows that they've done at the bar there, and the interaction I've had with those wrestlers, Tommy Dreamer, meeting Tommy Dreamer, one of the greatest hardcore wrestlers ever to live. I mean, that's amazing, you know, and to get to talk to these guys, like talk to them, not just like shake your hand and be done, but like sit and talk to them.
You know, you mentioned earlier what it's like being the ring announcer now.
Right. Yeah.
To have Mr. Kennedy
Right. Yeah.
look at me in the face and go, "Do you want to have some fun tonight?"
Right. Right. That was a good thing.
Oh
That's
my
on-
gosh!
I had that's
to
on my
stand
YouTube.
on the chair
Right.
and pass the microphone to him.
Hey, there's your mom.
My mom! Happy birthday, sweetheart!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am
Hey.
so happy to see you, Mom.
Yeah. So
You can't trade that for the world. You know, I've met Greg the Hammer Valentine, Mr. Kennedy. I've met Buff Bagwell.
Right.
One of the first things I ever did. Great story. Picking up Mr. Buff Bagwell from Detroit Metro Airport in the Cobalt
yeah,
with
yeah.
Alex and Mrs. Weir.
Right.
And Mrs. Weir. Oh, never mind. I won't ask I won't say what she said to him. But oh my gosh, you know these things that I get to do now.
Right.
To meet all these legends and stuff like that. It's,
Heck yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who's the guy? Bobby Fulton.
There you go, Bobby Fulton.
My goodness gracious. You want to talk about somebody who is absolutely humble
Yeah.
and then gets out and does a spinning scissors kick
Right.
during his match? Come on.
Or Greg the Hammer Valentine getting
Greg
in
the
the ring.
Hammer Valentine getting in the ring with Mr. Fitness
Right.
and kicking it in.
Right. Oh,
You
Rebecca
guys-
loves Buff Bagwell. Rebecca's a huge Buff Bagwell fan. Huge.
Have Mrs. Weir tell you the story about riding from Metro with him to Richmond. Richmond.
That was a great show.
It was a great show. And look at that now. Look at that now.
Right.
We had Leah Vaughn and Jasmine. Jasmine,
Yep.
who's now on NXT.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
We had
Petey Williams.
Petey Williams. We had probably the most messed up match ever because the cage that Leah Vaughn and what was her name?
I can't remember.
Oh my gosh,
That was-
Alex.
So long ago.
But they were supposed to have a cage match, and the cage didn't fit around the ring, so they had to take the ropes off.
Right,
Right?
yeah.
So then you have the Titus brother, and you have Xavier Justice versus Buff Bagwell and Shane Douglas in a cage match with no ropes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Main event had the no ropes too.
Yeah.
That was a tag match because what was it? Buff Bagwell and Shane
I
Douglas.
just
tag?
said this. He's not paying attention.
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
Shane Douglas and Buff Bagwell versus Xavier Justice and one of the Titus brothers.
Is that who it was? The
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Tommy Titus? Was it Tommy Titus?
Yeah, that was.
But, you know, these whole things. And,
that was a whole lot of Jack Daniels
again,
ago.
there was no Jack Daniels involved, and that was in high school. How about the time, one of my very first experiences in Blue Water Championship Wrestling, driving to the great town of Kingston, Michigan,
Oh, Kingston.
on a baseball field with 5 people.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness gracious, it was crazy. And if you want to have fun, have Alex tell you the story about meeting Sin Cara.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. All right, so any more questions? You got to ask them. I'm gonna start wrapping up the show. We had a really good show.
my
It was a
goodness.
long one, but you know what, dude? That doesn't matter. It's the fun of the business. You know, again, next week it looks like Mr. Beals may be joining me on the show.
Good luck, Danny.
Yeah, I want to bring people in and just
Yeah.
have a good time.
Have some fun.
Yep.
This has been awesome.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining me. Definitely. Remember, guys.
Wait, well,
What? Susan B. Anthony.
who do you believe really started the
Women's Revolution?
Nice, Taylor. Susan B. Anthony. Yes, of course.
Well, we're talking in wrestling. My personal opinion.
But, you know, we didn't even hit on that. The
Yeah.
fact that Sunday we have the first ever women's pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, we didn't really, but personally,
I can't wait. I cannot wait for Ronda Rousey to break her freaking arm. I cannot wait. The Bella Twins need to go away.
I can't really.
Lita.
For me, I can't put it on one
Lita.
person. You think so?
Yes.
For me, I can't put it on one person. When it comes to saying like an all women's card, to me, I always go to TNA and the things that TNA did before.
Oh, good one, Mrs. Weir. Yes. China was a good one.
Yeah, well, and she was one of the first women to ever win a man's title.
Here's the thing, and I really appreciate the fact that WWE is doing this, and I know that there's a lot of upset people about doing the doing a Rumble,
right?
Before to get the numbers up there, right?
Right.
Everybody got to take some baby steps, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got to take some baby steps.
You can't change the world in one day.
No, and if you think that we're going to do that, we're not.
No.
But the fact that we've had all these matches with women showing the way to do it. And I'll tell you what, I love this whole thing with Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I know you and I disagree about Ronda Rousey being the women's champion.
Yeah.
I'd love to get into that debate with you about it.
Not now, at least for me.
It has to be now.
Yeah.
Let's look at the ratings, man.
Well, I mean, if that's what you're basing it on, of course, yeah, then the ratings.
But these women out here are busting their tails, and if you don't believe it, look around at even at our local stuff. Shauna Reed and Jody Threat and all these people that come out here to these local shows, these women who are coming out here and busting their butts, showing you how it's done.
Yeah.
It's not the ways it was before, and that's why I do believe that it is time for the Bellas to move on.
Oh, I agree with that.
Their time has come.
Yeah, they're done.
Break her arm.
I mean, she's the Bellas have transitioned into that reality TV stuff, and if that's what you want to do, go do it. But go do it over there. You know what I mean? Get off my WWE.
Because there's so much stuff we didn't even hit. We could spend hours here. Snuka's daughter finally getting on Raw against Nia Jax.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
Tamina.
It's about time.
Yeah, well, she's been hurt, hasn't she?
Whatever. Let's get them in the ring.
Preach, she says. Preach, Dad. So don't forget, you can scroll down into the description. If you're on your cell phone, there's a little arrow over to the right. You click on that. That'll bring it down. You got to scroll down there. In there's the donation tab, which, by the way, you're missing out. $5 get you a dance party.
I'd love to see Danny Beals do that next week.
Right, there's the link for the donations right there. Just popped up. I must have set that up and didn't realize that I did it.
Good job.
Yeah, woo.
Look at you getting all high tech.
Right, yeah. So then there's that. There's also, you can buy a t-shirt, $19.99. They ship it to your house. There you go, right there. ProWrestlingTees.com/Wrestling Rage. You can follow on Facebook at the Wrestling Rage page at Wrestling Rage. You just enter at Wrestling Rage and it'll take you there. We also have a group. But
Is that the word or the sign?
The at symbol.
Oh, the at symbol.
At symbol.
Well, no wonder I can never find it.
And then we're on Twitch, twitch.tv/Wrestling Rage, YouTube, R2YouTube.com. I got everything, man. WrestlingRage.com. Awesome. I got a new blog that I'm working on too. I have to buy a new domain for that, so I have to try to find something that works. There was somebody out there already has a Wrestling Rage blog. Kind of made me mad, so I had to come up with something fancy. But I already own WrestlingRage.com, so now I got to think of something else for the blog. But so there's that, and obviously WWEshop.com, man. You want to buy a t-shirt? I got.
He can get 5 whole cents from you buying a t-shirt.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe 2.5.
Right. So go down there.
Vince has to retire.
Check it out. Do all that good stuff. And if you're not going tomorrow, you better. I'm not happy with you if you're not. So
got to be there tomorrow night.
Fatal Error. Come see me if you're going to be there and you know me, or if you don't, come over, shake my hand, say hello, tell me who you are, and say, hey, seen you on YouTube, blah, 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 or whatever. Come on over, shake the hand. If you see Mr. Weir here, you can go over there and say hi to him, shake his hand. He's friendly type. We both look really mean, but we're really nice. I promise. All right.
Allegedly.
All right, guys, so check it out. We're going to get out of here.
Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Thanks for coming on.
Anytime.
No, definitely.
Anytime
We're definitely going to have you on again.
Sweet.
And I talked to your son, by the way, too, and said, hey, man, you're going to have to come on here again. And he was like, well,
you know what?
No, I'm going to have to do it.
Get him and I on here at the same time.
Oh, there we go. I had to get another microphone. Just so you can hear him. All right.
No, keep the microphone away from him.
Yeah, definitely. So, you holding my jack tomorrow? I'm always holding your jack there, Billy Ray. Yeah, very good. We're holding jack now. All right, guys. We'll see you again next week with Danny Beals joining us as a special guest host. 8 o'clock Friday, r2youtube.com. Make sure you subscribe, click that notification button. Check you later. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.